It's time to break down some football.
We got to get our mind right. Touchdown, win.
From the perspective of guys who played in the NFL.
Caught, touchdown!
And a guy who had one really great sack in high school.
Oh, you're so weak. You're a waste of my time.
Greg Camarillo and Marcus McNeil are the pros. And Skraby is the Joe.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Two pros and a Joe starts right now.
Have you guys been watching the Olympics? Have you?
I flicked on figure skating once, and I can't. I'm tired of sporting events with no fans. I can't do it anymore. I need fans. I need noise. I need excitement, especially for cheering for like a triple axel. Like I
was just about to say, Greg definitely needs some people to be cheering in the background for his quadruple sow cow.
Good analysis.
Now it was funny. It was funny because I mentioned the Olympics and then Marcus gave me this look like, what the hell are you talking about?
Olympics? What is going on?
You guys aren't into the Olympics? I figured as athletes you might be.
Is it the Winter Olympics?
It is.
It is.
Okay. I did see the badass young kid who just hit like the 1080s or something.
No, it was a 1620.
Okay. Yeah. I know he.
Yeah, I think you're talking about her name's Eileen Gu, and she's from San Francisco, but her parents are Chinese, and she's able to represent that country. So she got trolled on Twitter from Americans talking shit to her because she didn't win the gold medal for America.
That sounds about right.
Dude, I don't even know how many rotations 1600 is, but I'm dizzy just thinking about it. My goodness.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But we were, one thing that they don't have at the Olympics is an all-star competition, which I really wish they would because I think that would be awesome. But the NFL needs to cancel their all-star competition because the Pro Bowl is the absolute worst. Absolute worst.
Let's talk to our in-house Pro Bowler over here.
That's true.
Let's dive to our in-house Pro Bowler. Hey. Big Mac, man, fix this thing.
Hey, I don't know if you really can fix it though. To be honest, like when you're at the Pro Bowl at the All-Star game, like you're really just like enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're sitting there like having Mai Tais, you know what I'm saying? Like practice is a pretty much patty cake walkthrough, just throwing in plays.
Drunk at practice?
Yes, people can. Like the night before can definitely spill over into practice the next day.
I mean, tell Alvin Kamara that. Tell Alvin Kamara that.
Oh my God,
Alvin.
But didn't you, Marcus? Didn't you tell us that you got mad at Bruce Arians or something because you said you like weren't going hard enough in practice?
No, that was Bill Belichick who put me up against Burgess my first year to see if I had what it took to, block the vet. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, my tired, you know what I'm saying?
Nice. In the podcast. And this was when it was no better than that.
This was when it was in Hawaii too. So that you were getting good Mai Tais.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think Bill uses that to check for free agents? Is that like his test? Like, let me see what Big Mac is worth so I can bring him in a couple years? Yeah,
I mean, he did bring me in, you know what I'm saying, a few years later. And the only reason I think that the biggest concern then was like my neck, that was right before I was on my way out. So,
yeah,
besides medical reasons, I know he did take a look at me, but when you're at the Pro Bowl, just to be honest, like, it's more like backyard football, you know what I'm saying? I think they could do a better job of like trying to disguise it, you know what I'm saying? But I mean,
they gave up.
To be honest, I didn't even watch the Pro Bowl. I caught highlights of it. I think the most interesting thing for me, even back then, was the skill challenges. I wanted to see who the fastest man was going to be and probably who the strongest was going to be.
Which Mac Jones can actually throw.
Yeah, it was not good. But Marcus, you're saying the fastest guy competition. So I saw that happen, and I was highly offended at the effort level of Tyreek Hill. If he's going to call himself the fastest man in the NFL, then you better run your ass off. And I know he doesn't want to hurt himself.
He also just played 20 games.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
And you don't want to pull a hammy doing that and ruin your off season.
Yeah. I just don't see any situation where like you can play full speed and justify getting hurt in our All-Star game.
All right, Max, should they still play the game, or just can it make it flag football, make it skills challenges, make it a Mai Tai challenge?
Hey, I mean, I don't know what they can do. I don't think you can it, because I think people are still looking for like big catches, you know what I'm saying? A nice interception or two, maybe make it more almost like the NBA, you know what I'm saying? Like when they go out there and play, it's like no defense, you know what I'm saying?
It's like razzle dazzle.
Yeah, it's all razzle dazzle. So like, I think that the NFL was trying to do that, but it's a little easier in basketball, you know what I'm saying, than it is to go out and look like the Harlem Globetrotters.
I will give them credit that they've tried different things in the Pro Bowl to try to get people to buy in. Like they've done the fantasy draft where they had like coaches, like I don't know, Team Dion, Team Michael Irvin or something like that. I thought that was kind of cool, but the play on the field is the problem. And I don't blame anyone for not trying as hard, but I think Marcus is right. I think Marcus is onto something though, that people enjoy the flair and Mac Jones running 70 yards because it's fun. You don't see it all the time, and you're just having a good time.
Can I say that Mac Jones actually does a better gritty than me?
Wow,
like
really?
literally, like when I start the gritty, like I can hit it. But like by midway through, you could tell like I really ain't got it, but I kind of got it, you know what I'm saying? But like his gritty was actually like coming off of full speed, breakdown, pop, arm swings and everything. And I was actually pretty impressed with Mac, you know what I'm saying?
All right. He's got the Marcus approval of the gritty. I like it. That gives me a lot of faith in Mac Jones then. Maybe he is there's something special going forward, you know? The other thing so last week we did the podcast and we did it on a Monday, and then everything broke on Tuesday. Like the entire NFL broke on Tuesday, which is always how it happens. Tom Brady retired for like the 35th time on that Tuesday. And then Brian Flores, he sued the NFL. Now this was, it's kind of slowed down a little bit in Thunder because it is Super Bowl week. And I'm sure that I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think he would rather it kind of go away for this week and let it be on the game, or does he want to keep it right there in the headlines as a NFL guy?
You want to keep it in the headlines, but there's only so long that you're going to continue to talk about that up until the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl is going to take over, but then they're going to come right back to it.
Yeah.
Because the problem's not going away. It's not getting fixed.
No, we'll get into that. Yeah. We'll get into that. I have all the new head coaches that we can go through.
Yeah, like you're right. It seemed like everything broke that Tuesday. I was like, well, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we could have saved that for next week, but
I know. Thanks, guys. Thanks, NFL. So some of the coaches, and obviously the big problem is that all of these coaches are white. And you guys made a funny joke on Twitter. I don't even think I introduced ourselves. I don't know what I'm saying right now. Skraby, that is me. I'm the idiot of the show. And we have Greg Camarillo, played wide receiver. We have Marcus McNeil, played left tackle in the NFL. Now, you guys made a funny joke because my high school teammate, Kevin O'Connell, is supposedly the Vikings head coach, but they haven't made that official and they can't until after the Super Bowl. But he's the Rams offensive coordinator. So we played together. We were born on the same exact day, like to the year.
Wow.
To the year.
You taught him everything he knows.
Yeah. No, I don't know about that, but
you should just roll with it. Just roll with it.
I quote tweeted it and I said I should ask him for a job on the coaching staff, right? Because he's my high school teammate. And I believe Greg said, "Yeah, you qualify because you're white." And it's true.
Hey, come on, man. Come on, man.
It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
There was a little more name in the hat to that tweet right there.
Throw his name in the hat.
You're young and white. That's what qualifies you for.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Right.
It was so offensive until you added the word "young" before it.
Yeah.
But. So we got the Broncos, Nathaniel Hackett, white dude. You got Matt Eberflus for the Bears, white dude. Brian Dable, which started this whole thing, white dude. Josh McDaniels for the Raiders, white dude. Kevin O'Connell for the Vikings, white dude. Doug Peterson for the Jaguars, white dude. Mike McDaniel, he's a biracial dude. So
there you go. Dolphins.
And he's also a recovering alcoholic. I read
Oh, wow.
about him earlier in the year. Yeah, he actually was like drunk at work. He would keep a bottle in his desk while he was like watching film and stuff.
Cool.
And
The
then
Dolphins have a history of that.
the Dolphins have a history with that. Well, come on,
The
Mike.
coach sending a picture of Coke next to his.
They had the coked out coach.
Yeah.
Come on.
Two more. Lovie Smith, with which he is the head coach of the Texans, which I don't think anyone saw coming.
He's black.
He's black. Yeah.
I
Dennis
love our
Allen,
analysis.
Saints,
We just get
white
straight
guy.
to the important part.
Yeah.
I was trying to do this for effect. Did you
Yeah.
realize that a lot of those guys that I talked about are white?
Oh, you realize it. And it's interesting that so Brian Flores dropped, and then it was like white guy. And then they're looking at the Dolphins and Texans like, somebody got to defend this lawsuit, man. Like, come on, somebody got to buck this trend. So the Texans and the Dolphins stepped up.
Man, I just want to know. I don't really get like offended by the black and white thing when they're picking coaches. I really can care less, right? It's more about like your experience level and like your aptitude of the game to me, right? And I think that's where the disadvantage for some older players or people, you know what I'm saying, who might have been in the game for 20 years already, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Should actually get a shot because, you know, they've been in the ranks, you know, they've been, you know, a part of teams, and depending on, you know, who they are as a person and how good they are, I just think that everybody should get a shot. But a lot of times it just seems like these coaches kind of come off of trees, you know what I'm saying, or come off of certain pipelines or maybe certain family members and stuff, and then they get a shot, they get an opportunity. So I think that's the biggest disadvantage right now, that everybody isn't getting the same opportunities across the board.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, Lovie Smith has head coaching experience in the NFL. Dennis Allen has head coaching experience. Doug Peterson has it. Josh McDaniels, I guess you can call it having experience, but he was. I mean, Marcus, you probably played there when he was the head coach, right?
Where?
Played against them. Played against the Broncos when Josh McDaniels was the head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they like started out hot, and he drafted Tebow early. I mean, I'm just bringing up all the bad things that he's done. His resume is not as clean as the other guys. And then the rest of the guys haven't had any head coaching experience. But I think it's also kind of funny that Bill Belichick, he's coming up a lot on this podcast today. He actually was the one who caused all of this because
Bill,
because he didn't know which Brian he was talking to. Brian Flores, he texted the reason that Brian Flores decided to go ahead with the lawsuit. So he text messaged with Brian Flores, and Brian Flores was like asking Bill if he had heard anything about the New York Giants job. And Bill replies with, paraphrasing, "You got it, buddy. You're the guy." And so Brian Flores is like, "Really, coach? I haven't even interviewed yet." And then Bill Belichick says,
voice, I don't think he sounds like that though.
"Really, coach?"
Gee golly, coach.
No, actually,
that's amazing,
more,
dude.
That was funny. Yeah, really, coach? I haven't even interviewed yet. And then Bill Belichick says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I fucked this up. I'm talking to the wrong Brian." And Brian Flores like
Belichick. That's good.
Is it? Yeah. Is this Brian? Are you talking to Brian Dable or Brian Flores? And then just went to hell from there. But Bill Belichick started this whole thing because he gave it away that he already knew Brian Dable was going to be the head coach.
It's literally the first sentence in the lawsuit. If you look at the legal document, they quote Bill Belichick, "Oh, I fucked up," is literally the first words of the entire lawsuit. And I think that's awesome, one, that Bill Belichick fucked it up, but also, two, that Bill Belichick had inside information because you know that goes back. We know Bill Belichick likes to dive into the inside info.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Well, I was thinking like it's a couple levels to this, right? Like at first I was taken back a little bit. I was like, oh man, Brian Flores like might have a clear shot, you know what I'm saying, at winning this grievance towards the NFL. And then I got to asking people, you know what I'm saying, as far as like agents that I know, like, how is the correlation between like coaches and GMs? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they known to talk? Do they talk to each other when it comes to, are they allowed to talk, or is there some sort of conflict of interest where you're not allowed to, right?
Yeah.
So, whereas they were having this conversation, I really think that that's a pretty normal conversation throughout the league, right? Like, if you're an agent, if you're a GM, if you're a coach, you know what I'm saying, and you're scouting a player, then, like, you're going to reach out to other people on that team or other people that you might know in the organization to figure out, you know what I'm saying, like, what type of guy he is, or, you know what I'm saying, what they might be thinking about doing, So I think with Bill Belichick wearing not only a coach's hat, but a GM hat too, I think that the water gets a little bit murky right there, you know what I'm saying, as far as it being just a open and shut case for Brian Flores, because we've all heard people say, oh, that's my guy, you know what I'm saying? Or I heard you're the guy, you know what I'm saying? Like that can be taken as speculation, but at the same time, it is definitely I think Brian Flores has a great reason to have a grievance, you know what I'm saying, for not getting a fair shot, you know what I'm saying, especially from coming from somebody like Bill Belichick saying this,
Yeah, so the general idea is there. Brian Flores going to a sham interview that he knows Brian Dable was already basically getting the job. And then to the hiring trends of the NFL for the last 100-something years that the NFL has been around, but really like the last 10, 20 years. And so it's very clear, one, that Brian Flores is right. Whether they can, prove it with emails and all that, it's very clear that he's right. And the other big part to me is that he's not necessarily this is not a money grab. He lays out very clearly what the change he's trying to see. And we've already seen the pressure on the NFL, one. And then two, the NFL doesn't want their dirty laundry aired. We saw that with Kaepernick. They'll do anything they can do to avoid more Gruden emails coming out. And so, one, I think Brian Flores putting his career on the line to see change. His specific request was to see change. Yeah. That might be enough pressure in and of itself to actually create some change. I hope.
I like it.
You got to stand up for a guy, and applaud that. Whenever you have, just enough guts to put your neck on the line, your career on the line, for a greater cause, like, you got to respect people like that, because it's such a selfless act. It's an act where, you know what I'm saying, like, guess what? I might take the brunt of this, you know what I'm saying? I might not even be able to coach in this league again. But if I can sit down, 10, 20 years from now and see that I helped change the landscape, then, you know what I'm saying, that's something you can hang your hat on for the rest of your life, you know what I'm saying, to feel good about.
Boom. Big Mac with the summary. Outstanding, man. Agree with that 100%. Dancing in the background, just so everybody
gotta wake it up, man. We gotta wake it up, baby.
Two quick things before we get out of here, and then our next episode we're going to be previewing the actual Super Bowl game. But Tom Brady retired, part due for the millionth time, or did he? Because yesterday on his podcast, let's go. That's what I feel like Tom says. Let's go. He's like more like Brian Flores than my impression of Brian Flores. He's like, let's go, guys.
That's how Brady is, though.
No, Brady's like, let's fucking go, you fucking bitches. Get the fuck on the field and fucking win. That's what he's gonna say.
I don't think so.
Have you ever seen Tom Brady on the field do that? I mean, he does it all the time.
He goes batshit crazy sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, so on his podcast, he said, never say never about a comeback. And he said he feels good right now, but he doesn't know where he's going to be in 6 months. And I think he is smart by keeping that door open, because if he comes back, then he's not a liar. But it's annoying. So,
yeah. I saw a great tweet that said he spent one weekend with the kids and now he's ready to come back. We know that feeling.
That is hilarious, because
all it took, man.
So true.
I was like, oh shit, I gotta get back to the film room.
Like,
oh
man.
My God. I can't believe y'all said that, man. Come on. You gotta love the kids, man. That's what you dream about doing. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Did y'all catch the video of him throwing a football off a gigantic yacht to David Beckham's son on a wave runner?
Yes,
Wow.
I did.
I
sure
don't think
did.
I don't think I would unretire if that was my result.
Yeah,
That was
me
the rest
neither.
of like what like
I mean,
what
do
does
you
he
realize
do?
what you just said? Like that whole situation is ridiculous. Tom Brady on a big yacht throwing a football to David Beckham's son on a jet ski. Like
On
that
a
is the
jet
craziest
ski.
thing in the world.
I mean, we're talking like cruise line size yacht. Like we're not talking like, party boat in the lake. This thing is
Not a
massive.
pontoon boat.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Last thing is this is kind of locally related to us in San Diego. I know that more people listen outside of San Diego, but it has to do with AJ Brown, the wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans. And he apparently in high school and all of that, he was recruited as a baseball player, and the Padres drafted him with a high draft pick. And he is actually like a legit baseball player, and he continues to tag the Padres in things about letting him get a tryout. And so I say, do it. But I asked two former pros, like, how is that even possible to do? Because he's not going to be a major leaguer. They're just going to give him a minor league contract and see what he could do. And maybe if he's that good, they'll figure it out. But what do you guys think about that?
Do it. Let him play. I mean, why not? It's a marketing ploy. If he's good, great. If he sucks, oh, well, it was fun to talk about it for a couple weeks.
Man, I've been trying to find a football player since Deion. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Bo Jackson. Like, because Deion was a little bit after Bo, right? Like, he was like a step behind Bo. So, I mean, it seems like guys back in the day used to be able to really transition to sports, minus Michael Jordan trying to go to the White Sox, but Bo Jackson.
No one wants to talk about that.
Yeah, Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders were actually really good baseball players.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've heard of Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys shoot. I played baseball growing up. So like you say, he'll go to the minor leagues, see if he can really play, if he has a bat. And if he can, like, I'll be excited to watch him play, especially for the Padres.
He's really excited about it. He really is.
They got nothing to lose. They drafted him.
Well, I think the Padres. No, we don't need to go into what the Padres feel, but I feel like the Padres, they have better things to do than to put time into this. But I'm not saying they won't. I'm not saying that they won't. But anyway, AJ Brown, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on him playing baseball. He put up some swings on Twitter of him in a batting cage. And I say,
how'd they look, Skraby? You watched a lot of baseball. Are they good enough?
Well, Tony Gwynn Jr. said that he has a good swing, so I'm going to trust that.
I'm
going to trust that.
He's seen one of the best swings ever.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's good company.
Tony's a swing aficionado, so
Yes.
I trust him.
Oh,
I texted him today with it, and I said, "Hey, we're gonna need a breakdown on this swing on the air today, big guy." And I didn't say big guy, but why am I being so weird tonight?
Did you hit him with the Brian Flores voice? Hey, we're gonna need a swing analysis.
Hey guys, we're gonna AJ Brown.
All right, next episode, we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl. Please rate us and review us on Apple Podcasts. I'm sorry that I'm such a psychopath tonight. We actually got another review or rate. We got another star, so we got another 5-star review. Thank you for that. And we appreciate you. So we will be back. 2prosandajoe.com, at 2prosandajoe on social media, at Catch Camarillo for Greg, at Marcus McNeil 73 for Marcus, at Matt Skraby for me. And I'm gonna stop talking now.